All right, today we're diving into the new wave of AI planners, these tools that promise to sort out our chaotic lives. But here's the real question. Are they actually a revolutionary new assistant, or are we just talking about a slightly smarter calendar? Let's find out.
You know that feeling, right? We are already exhausted before the day has even really kicked off. Well, this quote from Kamila Lekmaneva at Morgan just nails it. The irony is, the very act of planning your day can feel like this huge, overwhelming task you have to get through first. It's just another thing on the to-do list.
And that leads us to the big promise of all this new tech. What if you could flip the script? Instead of you having to meticulously tell your calendar what to do, what if it could intelligently build your day for you, just based on what you tell it is important?
And this slide just sums up the daily juggle perfectly, doesn't it? On one side, you've got all your tools, right? Your Google Calendar, Notion, sticky notes, whatever. But on the other side, that's the real list. That's the stuff that's actually bouncing around in your head. The big projects, the small errands, and that constant nagging feeling. Wait, did I forget something? Our tools, they just show us these neat little blocks of time. But our brain is doing all the heavy lifting, all the real juggling.
And this right here, this is the breaking point for so many of us. I mean, you spend all this time crafting the perfect schedule. Everything is color-coded, everything fits. But then, reality hits. One meeting runs late, one task takes a little longer than you thought, and poof, the whole thing just collapses. This Reddit user summed it up so well. You get to a point where maintaining the plan is actually more work than just doing the work, and that's when you just give up.
Okay, so this is exactly where this new generation of tools enters the picture. And we're not just talking about a small upgrade here. This is a fundamental shift. Think about it. We're moving from a calendar that's basically a passive digital notebook to an AI that's an active co-pilot for your day. And when you lay it out like this, the difference is pretty stark, right? The old way, traditional scheduling, it's all manual. It's static. It depends 100% on you. The new way with AI, well, it's automated. It's using real-time info to adjust on the fly. And the biggest thing, it takes you out of the nitty-gritty of planning. It's not just about being faster. It's about offloading all that mental energy you spend just trying to figure out your schedule. So here's the bottom line. Think of it like this. Your Google Calendar, it just shows you an empty 2-hour block. That's it. An AI planner, though, it looks at that same empty block, sees your giant to-do list, knows which 3 tasks are your top priority, and intelligently slots them in to make the absolute most of that time. See the difference? It's not just about organizing your time, it's about optimizing it. But of course, it's not that simple. And this is where the story takes a really interesting turn. Is this super efficient, automated future the dream it sounds like? Or does this whole quest for perfect optimization maybe have a hidden cost? So get this. This quote is from a YouTube creator who did this fascinating experiment. He let ChatGPT plan his entire day in Osaka, Japan. And what he found is so telling. The AI created a perfectly logical, super efficient tour of all the popular spots. But it completely missed the human element. It had no idea what he was interested in, what his budget was, or how he liked to travel. The plan was efficient, sure, but it wasn't personal. It wasn't his day. And believe it or not, there's actually a term for this. Researchers call it agency transference, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's what happens when we lean on AI recommendations so much that we just stop exploring on our own. You know, the AI's curated playlist becomes the only music you listen to. Its recommended route becomes the only way you drive. We're literally transferring our own agency, our power to choose, over to the machine. And that brings up a really critical question we all need to ask ourselves. Is the whole point of an AI assistant to help us make better decisions, or is it to just make the decisions for us? It might sound like a small distinction, but it's actually a pretty profound one. In fact, this whole idea of over-reliance is such a big deal that researchers at Harvard are now trying to build AI systems that can actually detect it. I mean, think about that. Their main question is, can an AI figure out when you're blindly trusting it too much? So how in the world would that even work? Well, the process they're testing is pretty wild. Step 1, the AI intentionally gives you bad advice. They call it a probe question. It might suggest a totally wrong answer to a simple puzzle. Then, step 2, it just watches what you do. Do you spot the mistake, or do you just blindly click accept? And finally, based on how you react, the AI starts to learn your level of over-reliance and can actually personalize its future help. It's kind of like it's trying to outsmart your bad habits.
So all of this brings us to what I think is the real solution here. The conversation we should be having isn't about finding the one single best AI planner out there. It's really about finding the right co-pilot for you, the one that actually fits your personal style of working and thinking.
So let's figure out what your style is. Are you the automator type? You just want a set it and forget it schedule that plans itself. Or maybe you're more of a mindful planner. You like the structure, but you still want to feel like you're in the driver's seat. What about the hands-free pro? Always on the move, needing to capture ideas without stopping. Or are you a messaging native? Someone who lives in chat apps and just wants to text your calendar what to do. Figuring out which one of these you are, that's the crucial first step.
And once you have a handle on your style, you can start matching it to the right tool. If you're an automator, you're going to want to look at things like Motion or Reclaim AI. They'll build your day from the ground up. If you're a mindful planner, something like Sunsama is perfect. It's more of a calm, guided ritual. For all you hands-free pros, a wearable like Fieldy could be a game changer, turning your spoken notes into tasks. And if you're a messaging native, an app like Dola lets you literally just text your schedule into existence.
Because, look, at the end of the day, that's the whole point, right? The goal of any of these tools isn't just to make you a better planner. It's to spend less time juggling and more time actually doing the things that matter. It's about freeing you up from the work of planning so you can focus on the work that actually moves the needle.
And that really brings us to the final and maybe the most important idea here. When you see those puzzle tests from the Harvard study, it's a powerful reminder that this isn't just about being in a race to solve the puzzle faster.
It's about building a system that helps you step back and ask the bigger question. Am I even working on the right puzzle to begin with? The best AI co-pilot isn't the one that just optimizes your schedule. It's the one that helps you optimize your life by giving you the space to be more intentional. And that really is something to think about.